My arthritis says there's some rain coming.
Well, I tell you what, we do have the wind kicking up a little bit, and there may be a shower or two tomorrow. There's some showers in West Texas now, but it looks more like it might be about maybe Friday. Well, here's the way things look anyway. Here's the satellite picture from early this morning, about 5 o'clock this morning. Let's run these pictures during the day. The bulk of the upper cloudiness is going by well to the south of us. And it's not until afternoon we get the heating of the sun coming into play here that we see some fluffy white buildups here that are thunderstorms in this area west of Odessa right here. Pretty good little thunder shower trying to build up west of Lubbock, another one northwest of Lubbock, and others that are more like showers bending around Amarillo. And in a moment we'll take a look at that from a different perspective, but right now let's put the systems in there and see what's causing what. High pressure east and northeast of us, so southerly winds are coming across us. Haven't built up a lot of moisture yet, probably won't build up too much as far as tonight goes, although we'll see clouds coming in by morning. And then I think showers will develop tomorrow. Most of them will likely stay south of us. A little bit of a drying trend coming through in the middle of the week, so it may be about Friday before we see any significant thunder shower activity. Meanwhile, here are the temperatures, and it's warm again this afternoon, 79. We have 80 now in the San Antonio area. Meanwhile, it's 60 in Little Rock, where the southerly winds didn't penetrate until later in the day. Now, remember these clouds that are in the western part of the state. Let's look at the radar from Lubbock. Here's Lubbock right here. In this area, this is Midland, Odessa, the MAF. In this area right here near Odessa, there is a pretty good thunderstorm that's caused a severe thunderstorm warning for Ward and Winkler counties right in there. And then some more south of Clovis, New Mexico, and others trying to bend around Amarillo. I think this is going to move to the northeast, and it'll probably die out. I don't think we'll see those tonight here. All right, 79's been our high today. 55 was the low. It's 79 now. Humidity's 54%. The barometer 30.01 falling a bit. The wind is southeast at 14, and of course no rain today with hardly a cloud. But with a warm sunny day like this, the air quality deteriorates somewhat. The reading is moderate by EPA standards in Dallas with an ozone buildup, and it is moderate in Fort Worth with particulate matter. Pollen has a new leader today, 3,134 grains per cubic meter, and just about half of that is sycamore pollen, 1,488 grains per cubic meter there, 928 grass, significant amount of that too. It is grass and weed season now, and fungus 438, oak 280 grains per cubic meter, which is quite a lot of pollen today. 10 o'clock tonight, some of those showers may have moved over into this area, but we're showing them having died out. Anyway, they'll carry off to the northeast. I don't think we'd see any of that. 67 for us by that time. By tomorrow morning, we'll probably be down to about 60, and we'll probably cloud over. Maybe some showers along the coast by then. By the middle of the day tomorrow, clouds in the area with a temperature of about 68, but the southerly winds will make us warm. So tomorrow afternoon, we'll be about 80 degrees. And some showers will probably be fairly close to the south. We could see some, but heavier likely toward the south. We may not see any. West Texas is a tornado watch out there, but nowhere close to us at present. If we see any real action, it'll be late tonight and early tomorrow, and we'll kind of pinpoint that as we move along. Here's the way things look. Here's a satellite photograph from 5 o'clock this morning. We had some clear skies overnight. I told you last night I thought it'd cloud up by morning, and it has. Let's run these pictures during the day today. Upper air instability waves coming across from the west, a lot of moisture at the surface, and then a rather major upper wave coming across this afternoon. It's not the main trough, but out ahead of it, we're seeing some very white areas develop here now in the middle and late afternoon. And here is an area of very heavy thunderstorms from near Lubbock on over toward the Childress area. Just within the last 30 minutes, there's been a tornado warning for Floyd County. That's just northeast of Lubbock, around Silverton and Floydada, and on the counties just east of there, Motley and King County. There is still a severe thunderstorm potential. Now let's put the systems in there before we move along. A lot of southeast winds and moisture coming off the Gulf. This wave of instability in the upper air moving across responsible for this activity, much of which will go north of us tonight, but some of it may get us as well. Let's put the temps in, then we'll take a different look at this. Here's the way things are. It is warm and humid around our area this afternoon. Now let's see exactly where that severe potential is. The tornado watch is in this area just west of Wichita Falls and Abilene. Doesn't include either one, but goes from there over toward the west and goes down to around Midland. And that goes until 10 o'clock tonight. Now, having said that, you see where the action is supposed to be until 10 o'clock. Let's look at the radar. Here's the way the radar looked at 2:30. This is the signature of the Stephenville radar. We did see a little shower activity around and west of Fort Worth, and some of that has come on through Dallas, mostly sprinkles. But looky here. Here's the leading edge of that big activity out in the western part of the state. In fact, this area right here is the storm in which the tornado was reported earlier, northeast of Lubbock. So you can see it's a considerable distance away from us, but maybe midnight-ish or later we'll see some activity overnight. All right, 73 degrees out there now. 58%, our low is 58, 73 now. And 64% humidity. The barometer is 29.98 falling, wind is south of 18. A little sprinkle activity around today, but no official rainfall. The air quality readings moderate in Dallas and good in Fort Worth. A little ozone buildup in Dallas, not much. And the pollen, 2,994 grains per cubic meter. Again, a significant amount of pollen today. fungus has taken the top spot again, but this is still a lot of sycamore, 1,120 grains per cubic meter. Grass, 473, down some, but still quite a lot in the air, and oak and pine rounding out the total. So at 10 o'clock tonight, I think we'll see this activity approaching at least this close and maybe a little bit closer. Now, as I said, most of it may go off to the north, but there is the potential later on tonight for us to see some thunderstorms after midnight. We will let you know later on this evening if we are placed under any kind of watch. Not at the present. And it'll be about 67. Tomorrow morning, that activity should move on through by 7, 8 o'clock. And then by the middle of the day, I think we'll be up to about 68, see some sunshine. Wave that came by last night, as we'll see in a moment on our satellite pictures, but it did move away. And we did see the sun, and then it got pretty warm. There's another upper wave coming, but it's mostly north of us, and our chances for rain tonight are pretty slim. Let's take a look at the way things have shaped up. Here's the satellite picture from 5 o'clock this morning. Well, of course, all the action moved well away to the east by that time. The very white cloudiness here is the thunderstorm area from extreme southeast Texas to much of Louisiana and just the southern part of Arkansas. It was about 5, 6 hours after the last of it left us. But then we can see there is still cloudiness with this system as it moves away to the east, and let's run these pictures during the day. This is the one with the thunderstorms in it. Continues to move away, but a bit of cloudiness drags on behind until finally some sunshine penetrates as the clouds burn off. But look here. Next upper low pressure wave. Minor wave coming along as the upper flow is still from the southwest, as it will be for at least a couple more days. And thus there may be some potential for thunder showers here. Now here we have some white tops indicating some pretty high clouds, but we've just been checking the radar at Lubbock right over here, and it's not on. So the National Weather Service is not indicating any showers out there at this point. So we'll watch that, but any development will probably be north of us tonight. So a little trough of low pressure out there, and as that continues to move, there will be southwest winds meeting southeast winds, and it may be even a little more windy tomorrow than it was today. Lake wind advisories will be up tomorrow, and the winds may gust to 25, sometimes 30 miles an hour. And here comes the upper airflow, still from the southwest. This indicates that trough of low pressure that came through last night, pushing all that potential away to the east. What about the temperatures? 82 degrees at 5 o'clock, 67 at New Orleans under clouds, 68 there at Little Rock where the clouds broke late, and 69 at Albuquerque where there's also a bit of cloudiness, but otherwise a pretty warm afternoon around our part of the country. Much calmer than yesterday, though. The high is 85 for today. Low is 59 this morning, 82 right now. 65% humidity. It's a little bit humid out there. That will change tomorrow evening as the winds turn around to southwest and we dry out a little bit. Barometer's 29.71 falling. Wind is south at 22 miles an hour. And the rainfall, when you total it up after midnight and before midnight at DFW, just a little over an inch, 1.01. Highest total I've heard so far is our weather guy, Bert Schiff in Highland Park, who had about a 1.4. Weather volunteers, call us up, if you will, and we'll make up a rainfall map for about 6:45 tonight. Okay, the moderate air quality in Dallas and good in Fort Worth, and no pollen count today because the rain washed the pollen off the counters. Here's the outlook now. For tonight, it'll be about 72 degrees at 10 o'clock. I seriously doubt if there'll be any rain around us at that point. By tomorrow morning, the low will be about 65 degrees. We may see a little morning cloudiness. It'll begin to get breezy. By noon tomorrow, the winds will be up to around 20 miles an hour, and there'll be some showers east of us, but probably not for us. 5 o'clock tomorrow will be about 85 degrees, and it will be quite breezy. The front won't be here yet, but on Friday, here's the way it looks. Southwest winds will cool us off a little tomorrow night, so it'll be drier. 60, 75 on Friday as the front will move through during the day, and probably no rain. The rain will probably stay north of us on that one. So we'll talk more about the weather at 6.
Okay, Troy, thanks. 2 Texans who helped illegal aliens
for us because we wouldn't have time to build up any moisture to make it rain since we had that rain during the middle part of the week. This is the case. The thunder showers that we had expected are right here in the eastern part of the panhandle moving over into Oklahoma and some more on up into Nebraska. In eastern Montana, that system's brought 4 to 8 inches of snow today, but most of that action is going to be way north of us in latitude because the upper air low pressure system of the moment is also way north of us. We have started to pick up southerly winds. The upper cloudiness in our part of the world is well to the south of us. There's a subtropical jet stream going down there, so we're caught in the middle with sunshine, and I guess nobody's complaining about that. Now, this front probably will be with us around the middle of the day or maybe a little bit before tomorrow, and that'll change our winds around to northerly, and they'll kick up a little bit. So if you're in boating tomorrow, you might want to watch out. There might be a bit breezy on the lakes. Otherwise, I think we're doing pretty well. The temperatures this afternoon give us a 65 at this point. Most everybody, 50s in the northern tier, 60s in the middle, and 70s in the south. Just about a normal type day for late March. All right, the high was 67, the low was 45. It's 65 now. 58% humidity, barometer 29.79 falling, wind is south at 14, and no precipitation today. The air quality readings, well, it edged into the moderate range in Dallas with a little bit of an ozone buildup, light winds and the sunshine. We'll see that from time to time. Still good in Fort Worth. And the pollen. Well, remember one day this week, the rain washed the pollen off the counters. Today, The report says no pollen count today because of mechanical failure with the pollen counters. Well, it's always something. Anyway, here's the way the forecast looks for tonight. I think by 10 o'clock we'll be down to about 56 degrees. The winds will be southerly, about 5 to 10 miles an hour. A really pleasant evening out, a little bit cool, jacket-type weather if you're going to take a walk. The front will be coming down to around Childress and around Midland, Odessa, showers in Oklahoma and northward. By tomorrow morning at 7, I think the low will be around 48. That front will be closing in on us, and as it does, we may see some showers across quite a little bit of Oklahoma, but nothing really heavy, and I don't think we'll see anything even close to the Red River, especially on our side of it. Then by the middle of the day tomorrow, that cool front will come on through. The winds will go from southerly 10 to 20 tomorrow morning to northerly 10 to 20, maybe even a little gustier than that tomorrow afternoon. And we may see some clouds, but no rain, and there will be some sun as well, so call it partly sunny. And then tomorrow's high will have already occurred by 5 o'clock, so it'll be down to about 56, as the northerly winds will be dropping the temperatures by then. And Sunday looks like this. About 40 in the morning. It'll be chilly, about 68 in the afternoon, but the winds will go not quite. We'll have a little spring weather this week, maybe a thunderstorm or two before the week is over, and we'll put it all together when we come right back. And we'll schedule shuffle again here, and I'm standing in for Jim Littleton, who'll be doing Daybreak every morning this week. So since he has to get up early, you get up early too and watch him, all right? Here's the way things look now. Here's a satellite picture from noon today, and the middle of the country, including Texas and all the surrounding states, had just about no weather activity. As Midge said, sunshine, a very pleasant day. Thunder showers in the southeast, a new system building up in the west, and let's run these pictures during the day today. Any activity moves away from us except for this little high cloudiness, which doesn't really amount to much. It's not even really associated with the jet stream. We'll see a little high cloudiness over the state tonight. Mostly sunny again tomorrow, though. And in the western part of the country, we do see a new front forming up here. And that'll be with us in a couple of days, but it's not going to do that much to us. We'll have to wait for the one behind that to maybe get some thunderstorm activity later on in the week. Meanwhile, looking at our part of the country tonight, here are the systems as they now exist. This is an upper air low pressure trough south of the Great Lakes, and that's carried all the thunder shower activity away to the southeast, as we'll see in a moment. Southerly winds at the surface. We haven't built up much moisture yet, though, not really coming off the Gulf so much as just south. In fact, they're so light tonight that they've gone variable for us. The upper air flows northwest, dry and stable, but we'll see some instability building up in the upper flow as the week continues. Temperatures at 10 o'clock are very pleasant around our part of the country. 59 at New Orleans, 52 there in Little Rock, and the 60s and 70s across the southern part of the picture. We're 61, and let's look at the other stats for the day. 61 now, 62% humidity, and the barometer's 3002 rising. The winds have gone just light variable northeast of 2 right now, and of course no precipitation today. Today's high was 79 degrees. The low was 46. That's about a normal low, but we're somewhat above normal on our high there. And here are the records for this day. All right, now let's take a look at the country tonight. And